This would be a very first window which you're going to see when it comes to the Tableau desktop. By the way, I'm using desktop. I have license copy, so I'll be using desktop for learning purpose. Again, I want to reiterate that part. Okay, if you want to learn and explore more about this too. Then you can see that there are different types of files as well as different types of connection things available into this. Okay, first import. So now you will see that I quickly wanted to show you this option. You can see that this many different options are available for you to connect. Okay, so for example, if your data table is sitting in Oracle database, you can use Oracle as a data source. Okay, if your data is coming from SSMS, that is Microsoft SQL Server, you can use that as a data connection. Okay, let's say if your data is coming from Splunk, you can do that. So many, almost like like more than 35, 60, 40 options are available for you to connect. Okay, so Google Sheets are also there, Google Drive is there, Google BigQuery is also there. So many things are there. So wide range of data sources are available. By the way, this is desktop, that's why I can see so many options. In public there are limited options. Okay, again, one disclaimer over there. But now let's suppose even we have a data source which is not listed here. How to connect that kind of data sources? Okay, so you don't need to worry about that because you already have JDBC and ODBC connections. Okay, so these are type of connection strings by using which you can connect even the data source which is not listed here. Okay, still you would be able to do some sort of connection settings, and then you would be able to connect the data. Okay, that's one thing. For the purpose of our demo, we'll be using Microsoft text file is also there, access is there, PDF file. Yes, you can also import PDF file in the Tableau. Even that functionality is there. For the purpose of our demo, we'll be focusing on Microsoft Excel. Okay, so let me just click on Microsoft Excel, and you will see that the moment when I click on that, you will see that I have a one pop-up in front of me. We have already downloaded that data. So let's click on that data and import it into our Tableau. Okay. So this is how the quick process is. I know that my data is Microsoft Excel. I've clicked on that. And the moment when you will import that data, this is how your view would look like. Okay. So you will see first couple of rows uh, here, and that will again give you information about like what different dimensions, measures, and different dimensions are available into. Then on top you can see a connections. Okay, so right now it's a live connection. I'll give you a quick explanation about what is live and what is extract. Okay, so right now it is connected to live, and let's suppose right now if there is a update, if there is a new IPL season, and if I update that IPL season records into my same Excel file, right? If I update that into the same Excel file, and if I'm using live connection, which means that I don't need to refresh my data again. Okay, it would be automatically populated in my data. Okay, let's consider example where you have to look at live numbers. Okay, data related to stock market, right? Every second is important in stock market. Every two you wanted to see how price has been changed for a particular stock of a company. Okay, at that point you will build a dashboard which would be live connected. Then let's consider another example where you will use live is, let's say, cricket score data. Okay, so cricket is going, and you have built a dashboard to capture live records, live summary of that data. Again, that would be a live connection. Okay, now when you will use extract, by the way, what is extract? So extract is nothing but a process where you will extract entire data, where you create a snapshot of entire data into the workbook itself. Okay, so you will basically capture that data. Tableau has its uh, extract engine. By using that extract engine, Tableau will convert your data into the columnar data format. That's how you can use that data. Okay, now you may ask the questions, okay, so now what if your data is updated? Okay, so you simply need to refresh the extract. So simple answer for that, you can refresh your extract. Okay, you can set the setting and you can tell Tableau that now my dashboard is ready, now I have to refresh particular things into it, and I can do that. Simple. Now let's suppose if I have to talk about the pros and cons about using one another, I would say from performance point of view, if you're not looking for doing analysis on a minute basis or a second to second basis, then you should definitely go for extract option. Okay, because in terms of performance, when your data is converted into the columnar format, the performance of your dashboard would be much more faster compared to the live connection. Okay, so that's what the simple difference is between both the connection. Okay, you can see this small data set available in front of you, and you can also see the data types available in front of you. So for example, this is like a hash symbol stands for integer, so these are integer numbers. ABC stands for string. Okay, so these things are available. And now if you want to change data type, even that part is available. You simply need to, so for example, ID is appearing right now in the numbers, I can change it to the string, even that is possible. Okay, so this is how I have changed the ID from numbers to string. Simple clicking here and then selecting the required data type. Okay, I have already imported same data. Let's use this. Okay, so now let's click on this sheet one. Okay, the sheet one thing is there, and you can see your data is now available in front of you. Okay, by the way, now the moment when you will see this, you will see this thin line. Okay, so anything which is appearing above this thin lines are dimensions, and anything which is below that line are considered as your measures. So measures are nothing but which is a continuous value. Okay, so for example, batsman run, it's a number thing, right? Extra runs, it's again numeric thing. Number of innings, balls, all those things are nothing but your measures. Okay, but now let's consider batting team. Okay, so you will use batting team as in your view as a header as well as in the filter section, right? So those parts will be considered as your dimension. Okay, so let's see a simple difference. Let's suppose if you bring batting dimension in the view, it would look like this. Okay, for the first time load, it will take time, and you can see that information as well. What we can do is now we can convert our live connection to the extract connection. I'll show you how we can do that, and then that would be faster, because considering with respect to the time, we have to do things on little higher speed. So we'll do that part. Extract process for this workbook is done. We can see that now. Let's drag batting team, and what we can do is now let's drag total runs. Okay, let's drag total runs onto the column shelf. Okay, so this is how quickly you can create your chart. So now the difference between dimension, your dimensions would appear in the blue pill, whereas your measures would appear in the green pill, and you can see that it is kind of getting aggregated. Okay, so now total runs for Chennai Super King is aggregated in this view. Okay, so let me clean this. To clean this, you have to press again on this option, clear worksheet. Alt Shift plus backspace is a shortcut for that. I would prefer to use the options which are available on my menu bar. Okay, focus on this part. Okay, so this part would be your workspace. Okay, and initially when you'll start working on this, you will see that Tableau is asking you to know you can drop fields into the view, and then your chart would be ready. Okay, then you have something called as columns and rows. Okay, again, I'll stick to basic right now, I won't go in details. So you can see that there is a columns and rows. If you want your data to appear in rows, you will keep your dimension in rows. If you want your data to appear in columns, you'll place it into the columns. Okay, then there is something called as filters. We'll see how we can use filters as well, but by the way, now let's focus on building your first chart. And what I want to do is I wanted to see batsman. Okay, simple, and their runs. Okay, what I want to see is I want to see a batsman. So I want to use batsman in rows, and you can see I have 537 batsmen in the entire IPL season who have played from 2008 to 2020. By the way, also remember that number. Okay, and we have to see a batsman run. You can, what you can do is simply right click on your mouse and then drag it into the columns. You'll see that this is how your view is looking right now. Right now, it is sorted alphabetically. A, B, C, and all those things are there. What you want to do is we wanted to see a batsman who has performed very good. And for that, we have to sort it from largest number to smallest number. How we can do that? On top, you can see the options. The options are from descending by sum. Okay, and then this is ascending order. So let's click on this button, then your data will be sorted from largest to smallest. Okay, clearly we know that Virat Kohli is on top in terms of number. Okay, we also have to see the numbers. Then how to see the numbers? This is what I have to do. I have to click on T, and that's how I can see the numbers. So these are the numbers for the Virat Kohli, followed by Raina, Warner, Sharvan, AB de Villiers, and Gale. Okay, so these are the numbers for the IPL top batsmen. Okay, so this is how you have created your first chart. Now let's suppose you wanted to see the color of bar on the basis of number. Okay, so basically the maximum batsman the would look like in the dark blue color, whereas it would be fainted for all others. Okay, so simple, what you have to do again is you what you can do is you can drag batsman runs into the color. Okay, and now you can see there is a gradient color kind of color coding. Okay, into this, if you want to change color coding, again you have the option, you can definitely do that. How? You have to go into the edit colors, and in the automatic, you there are different color palettes available in front of you. What you can do is you can select any color coding, let's suppose this one, and maybe you can use this one, and this is how it would look like. So the maximum color would be more uh, towards the green shade, and the least color would be towards the orange shade. Okay, so this is how you can add uh, gradient color coding on your chart. Okay, uh, moving next, now I'm interested in only top 10 batsmen. Okay, now you can see that in this particular data we have 537 records. However, we are only interested in top 10. Okay, let's quickly create that. Now how you can achieve this? You can achieve this by using a set functionality. So what is set functionality, by the way? So we all have studied this in our school days. So set is basically a subset of your data set. Okay, suppose India is a complete data set. We have a data for entire India, but we only wanted to focus on one particular states, right? Let's suppose Maharashtra or Gujarat. We will only create set for Maharashtra as well as set. So basically what I've done, though I have data for all 537 player, but I wanted to focus on only top 10 batsmen for my analysis. Okay, can I do that? Yes, you can do that. Steps for doing that is you will click on batsman, you will click on create, you'll click on set, and that's how your set is created right now. Here you have to go, there would be different options available. You have to ignore general, you have to ignore condition, you have to select top thing, give some proper name. Maybe I'll give name as top 10 batsman. By the way, by what? By field. Top 10 by run, batsman run. Okay. And you can click on OK. Let's drag batsman again in the rows. Okay. Let's also drag batsman run. But now what I want to do is I simply want to drag my set. I've just created this set, top 10 batsman. I will use this set in the filter section. And now you will notice a change. Just remember we have 537 batsmen in our data set. However, we wanted to just stick to top 10. Boom. This is how you can do that. Again, this is not sorted. To sort it, you can click on this button and then you can turn on the labels. Okay. Clear. This is how you can do that. Now, if you want to change the layout sizing of this, you can use this button. Right now it is on standard. I would prefer to use it on the entire view, something like this. Okay. Now you might have noticed that I have not given any command to Tableau that boss, I wanted to, create only bar chart. Now why Tableau has created bar chart? The reason behind this is when we focus on one dimension and one measure, at that point Tableau has its own internal intelligence which triggers and tells that, okay, so the best suited chart for this type of problem statement would be bar chart. Okay, so but now suppose if you have to customize, if you're not interested in bar chart, if you wanted to change the size of bar chart, or if you want to like transpose the way it is appearing right now, that's where you can make use of this show me section. Okay, and by using this show me section you can change the type of your chart. Okay, and you can see that the all items which are appearing in front of you, which are like highlighted, you can convert this chart into those things. Okay, so let's convert it into the tree maps. Okay, on the basis of the size of the boxes, you can see that this is how we have created this thing. Okay, you can also use simple table similar to Excel file. It's a simple table. You can also use highlighted table. Okay, so now in the background it is highlighted. You can use balls. Okay, so these are the packed bubbles. Okay, again by using this you can do that thing. Circular charts are also there. So circular, for this definitely I'm not going to use this thing, but again this is one option which Tableau has provided. This is stack chart. This stack chart is batsman run, and now you can see the contribution of each player for the top 10 players and their runs contribution. I would stick to this chart. Max to max, what I would do is I would change the layout by swapping rows and columns. What it means is I want to swap what is available in rows as well as what is available in the columns. I simply have to click on this button, and that's how we can see the data. Okay, and let's also expand this. This would be again your one type of bar chart. Okay, let's do another example. Another example now. You can see that right now I have hard coded 10 as a number in my set, correct? 10 as a number. But what if user wanted to see top 5, or what if user wanted to see top 20? What if user wanted to see 25? Okay, so in order to give that functionality to business user or your one who is going to use your dashboard, that's where we can use a parameter. There are so many use cases of parameter, but for this purpose just remember that parameters are something by using which user can interact with your data, and they can pass any value as per their own convenience or as per their need, and they can talk with your visualization. Okay, so let's create parameter at this point, and you'll see that create parameter option. Again, there will be another window in front of us. I would keep the name as is. Top n batsman is there. So instead, I would just type n. N stands for any number. Right now, current value is 10. There is a range selected. I wanted to pass any values into it. Okay. Click on OK. And let's create our set. Simple. Okay. And you would notice that now 10 number is appearing in front of you, the parameter is appearing in front of you. Now what you can do is, now you have to simply give any numbers and your data is going to change on top of this. Perfect. Okay, 15, done. 20, done. 30, done. Perfect. And again, if you want to do a sorting part is again there, which you can clearly see. So these are the top 30 batsmen by their runs. Okay, so this is how quickly you can start learning Tableau. You have to download a data, you have to inject a data, any data which you love, simply go and export that data and import it into the Tableau, and then start playing with it. Different things are available here, and then you can work on those pieces. Okay, then we can also, what we can do next is, you can create a dashboard on top of this. I will stick to 10, but now let's suppose if I have to create a dashboard of this, simply I'll click on dashboard button and I will drag my chart here. Okay, so let's make it floating for now. It's taking a space. So this is what my dashboard would look like. I will do a little bit of formatting. I don't want to see axis because I'm already showing this part. Maybe we can do a little bit of cleaning. We don't want borders. We can remove the borders, the grand total borders, as well as the borders which is appearing in the rows and this thing. We can remove those part, right? Simple. We can remove the axis ticks. Doing little bit, not even the so many things into this, but the little bit of formatting and all those pieces. Okay, cool. So, and then maybe we can get it here, or what you can do is you can simply increase the size, something like this. Cool. Okay, as a starting, I think this is fine as a demo part. Now we'll quickly talk about, I'll switch to my PowerPoint presentation, and we'll talk about the market trends and the responsibilities which are there with respect to the Tableau market. Okay, so one who is going to start his career, they can expect a package in the range of 2.5 to 3.5 lakh per annum. Okay, and this number is not something which I am quoting to you. It's something which you can research on your own from the glassdoor.com or some other websites as well. Okay, so simply what you can do is you can write profiles which are related to Tableau, and you can see what is their lowest uh, annual price and what is their highest annual price, and you should go with the average base price as a starting point. So now you can see that Tableau developer salary is ranging somewhere around, like 4 lakh. Okay, considering some sort of different experience into it and all those, but as a starting point, this is the package which you can expect once you have Tableau in your entire skill set. Okay, similarly for data analyst, you can see this is what your range would be. Also, you might get confused with different titles available in the industry. Now look at these labels. One is Tableau developer, another one is data analyst, business analyst, data engineer, reporting analyst. There would be another one more title into this, that is business intelligence developer. Even that would be also counted here. In a nutshell, if anything which is related to data is there, there is a highly possibility that one or other way you will work on Tableau. Okay, so once you're going through the JDs which you have received, you should ask this question to your HR, or you should think about like what tools you're going to use it. Okay, so even with business analyst, you can use Tableau for doing your reporting work. For data engineer, also use the Tableau reporting, Tableau, data analyst Tableau. Okay, it's a blend of skill set which you can learn along with different skill sets. So for example, let's suppose if you know Excel and SQL, make sure to add Tableau in your skill set. Okay, that's a complete package of a BI developer. Okay, as a BI developer, majorly folks would be looking at the three skill sets. One would be SQL, Excel, and Tableau. Okay, same for data analyst. Data analyst again focus on Excel, advanced Excel, as well as Tableau. Business analyst, same Excel, Tableau. Data engineer, it would be more on a data preparation part, but for doing some sort of analysis on their own end, again they will use Tableau as a tool. Okay, so this is what the different job opportunities are available. In terms of role would be to create reports, to create dashboards, and those dashboards should drive insights for your business stakeholder so that they can make some sort of decision on top of it. Okay, so this is what the overall thing would be. Even in some roles, it would be also expected that you should generate insights from your Tableau dashboard itself. Okay, so you are the developer for it, but at the same time, you will explain your findings in the form of stories, in the form of presentation to your stakeholder.